Well, hello. Welcome back to Pieces of a Woman.
Hi, who are you? Who are you? I feel like
Is that how we're going to start this off?
we're going to start this off of where have you been? No, where have we been, right?
Yes.
It's been, we have missed everybody. We've missed recording for sure. But it's been a little bit of time because our lives have taken on a different, we've just been so busy.
But you did a recording in
June.
June of 25.
Yeah,
You
it was great.
recorded
Celeste.
Celeste. Yes.
Yeah, that was so good.
Yeah.
She was amazing. We missed you, and we still got to get together. She has been on a tour since then. I've seen her on several podcasts.
Really?
She's doing so good. Her book has taken off.
Oh, that's
and
so
she's
good.
doing she's doing so great.
So
But
if you haven't listened to that podcast, we highly recommend it, and the book.
yeah,
The
so
book
good.
is incredible. It's such a really powerful story about her life in foster care. It's her true story and how that transformed who she is today. But also, she had someone help her write that, which really pushed her into a space of having to dig really deep
She did.
to pull those stories.
Yeah, so she works for the Christmas Box House.
Her book
was released not quite a year ago, but it's called The Garbage Bag Girl.
Yes.
And what that pertains to is basically how she lived out of a garbage bag. But it's her true story growing up in Salt Lake City. And it's one of those stories where, yeah, it's just heartbreaking. She's the most amazing woman. And I think I mentioned on the podcast, I have known her professionally over the years, but I had no idea her story, which goes back to why we started this podcast in the first place.
Right.
There are so many stories. Everybody has a story. Anyway, it was just an incredible opportunity to hear from her.
Really? So that's kind of the last time that we did an official recording.
Yes.
You actually hosted that. I was not able to make it, unfortunately. But we have been revisiting, bringing the podcast back to life and doing at least 2 episodes a month. And as you can see, because we now have video, we have a podcast room. We're so excited.
We're back.
It took us a little bit to get the system up and running.
Yeah.
It felt like we were starting from scratch again.
Yeah, well, it's taken us a minute, but we're officially using a podcast studio now, which is so great. Excuse my voice because I'm recovering from a horrible cold this time of year, so I don't sound my normal self, but you sound great.
I think it's a sexy horse.
Oh, I'm going to
voice.
try to talk sexy.
So sexy.
Yeah, not really.
So let's kind of backtrack a little bit and talk about why haven't we been recording? What has been going on in our lives that this went on pause like it did?
Yeah.
Let's start with you.
Really?
Put you on the spot.
So I think we did cover a little bit about me stepping down. My mom, we've done shows on taking care of our parents, right? We become the parent. We've done all kinds of episodes on parenting our children and parenting our parents, and this
our aging
parents. So when we recorded last in June of 25, it had been a good year and a half of me. I'd stepped down from my position as a broker of a real estate brokerage, which is an awesome role and I loved, but to better help take care of my mom.
Do you feel like it was a combination when you made that decision? I think there was a point where you were looking at really just kind of being able to choose and design your life.
Yeah.
But you weren't quite sure that that's what you were going to be leaning into more. So the timing kind of really worked out very universally for you to be able to have that time to be able to dedicate to your mom.
It was really hard I wanted to do it, but at the same time, you go through all the emotions of, I'm giving up this position I love. And anyway, it was a blessing. I'm so blessed. And I was able to take care of her. She passed away in September 15th of last year. And so for the last 2 years prior to that, I was able to care for her and go into uncharted territory, which I think that's the biggest frustration, is all of a sudden you're making all these decisions for your parents that you didn't really think you would have to do. Anyway, and really hard, emotionally hard. And so that was a big part of my year last year, for sure.
It revealed a lot to you and to Scott, and I would imagine even your kids, about what it looks like to have everything maybe organized and planned out so that you don't leave so much undone.
Yeah, 100%.
And you dealt with that firsthand.
Yeah. Well, and everybody did, right? I mean,
sometimes, there are those stories where people have aligned everything so perfectly, but that's not everybody's story.
No.
And so you were kind of able to go in and obviously navigate that, but it came with a lot more, I think, complications than you probably anticipated.
Yeah.
with her
Yeah.
husband and navigating that, but
Yeah. I think more people who have been through it, and so many of our listeners have been through that, the emotional toll it takes on you, and you think you're okay, and then you don't know why you're so drained. But, she lived to be 90, which is such a blessing, and it was really rough. The last couple of years were so rough. I hate seeing them suffer. Now, unfortunately, my stepdad is suffering. He's got dementia, he's got COPD, and so he's on oxygen, and it's just a hard life, and he is in an assisted living, which they are a wonderful facility, taking great care of him, and we're taking care of him, and his children aren't even here, so we're taking
and you
care
would
of
have
him.
never anticipated that.
No, but my mom's letter she left us that we found, she had asked if we would make sure and take
Oh,
care of him, which we would have,
but you were doing
you know.
already. I
Yeah,
mean, that's the
yeah,
beautiful part of who you guys are. Like,
yeah.
we've talked about in other episodes this time frame of our lives and not having any preparation for it. And there you were making a decision about what you wanted your next chapter to look like. And then you were really having to redesign that. And what a beautiful thing you were able to do. I think you've said it so many times how much you are so grateful that you got to have that time with her.
Oh, yeah, percent.
And there's so many people that, they're navigating a full-time job
Yeah.
and oftentimes even teenage kids, depending on
Oh,
where they're at, alongside their aging parents. So
yeah.
I'm
No,
glad you did get that.
I did. It
And I
was
know it's
beautiful.
emotional.
I'm not, I can't complain at all. And thank you to Leanne. So Leanne did our episode a year ago. She was a huge help. Leanne Garcia, who we had on talking about, she's been serving in that community. She's been a nurse and serving geriatrics for over 30 years. So her knowledge and her expertise, like, here's my biggest thing to everybody out there. There are resources out there, but if you've got somebody you can talk to, lean into them because she was a godsend.
Yeah.
So yeah, she was fantastic
In so many ways.
in so many
We
ways.
love our Leanne.
Yeah. Last year also brought surprises. My daughter went through a big separation. That was a real, not going into details, but a very traumatic time. And so we have got her all situated. So 2026 has been a big welcome. I was so excited to have a new year. I'm normally not like that, but I was excited for a new year, new energy, new everything.
So you are truly now in design mode of 26 and what this next chapter
Yeah,
is
for
for
sure.
DeAnna.
Feels so different. It feels so different. So yeah.
What are some tidbits that you want to see happen this year?
A tidbit more of just leaning into, I started my coaching company, but that also kind of took a little bit of a backseat. So now it's really flourishing and taking off this year. So I'm loving that. I love this time of our life. I
Yeah.
mean, people talk about your 50s. It really is a great time because you're still young and healthy enough to go do all the things, enjoy the grandkids, enjoy the kids. I don't know. It's kind of like making sure to be intentional for every day that we have. And I know Laura hates this, our dear friend. When I always say we are in the youth of our senior years, she's like, no, we are the seniors of our youth years. And so she
I like
hates
the
that.
other. I like the contrast. We are in the
I like the youth of our senior years because the truth is it reminds me to take advantage of where we are. So I've heard the term, and we've shared this before, your 50s and 60s are your go-go years. And 70s tend to be your slow go, and 80 is no go. Now, I know that's different for everybody, depending on who you are, where you are, but it's a good reminder to go, we got to live in the moment, really embrace all this time we have. It's gone so fast.
And I do think you have a point when I think as you enter your 50s, and I'm in my mid 50s, this year I'll be 56. And I think it is a decade where you really, truly start reflecting on what is important. And you start to look at life so differently and how, everyone says work-life balance, but I think in your 50s, you really get to be intentional about what that looks like. And I think most of us in our age group are doing that.
I agree. Yeah.
So,
And
yeah.
loving it. Like, don't say no. Like, this year I went into trying to be more open, and not say no so quickly. Cause also you can get kind of comfortable
I'm really good at saying no.
and sedentary. And I can say no, but the point is, like, be curious, be open, and don't be so quick to go, oh, I'd rather just go home. And I mean, I get that way.
Yeah.
That's also the battle. You're like, am I going to miss out on something?
Oh.
Because I'm so, I just want to go home.
And I have no FOMO.
It's not FOMO.
I have no fear of missing out.
Once we get to a point when you can't go, are you going to miss that you didn't?
I know.
I don't know.
It's probably real. It really is. And I'm in that stage where I can look at a invitation and think, can I see myself doing that? I'm not a
Logo
zoom
group.
arounda. I'm a lay arounda. Kenny's a zoom arounda.
Okay.
There's a reel going around where that little girl's skiing and everybody's zooming around her. She goes, I'm just a lay arounda. I'm not a zoom arounda.
That's our Nana.
Yeah.
That's our Nana.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was my life in a nutshell. It was great. But how about you? What's been going on with you? You've had a lot going on. You've been so busy.
I would say, we were in the height of our recording in 2022, and I
Yeah.
took on the position that I currently have today in the end of 2022. It was such a demanding role and time in the mortgage industry and the real estate industry. The market had really shifted and was taking a really big turn going into a more challenging couple of years. And so that role really consumed a lot of my energy and my time. And so that's, a big part of why I wasn't able to commit to the frequency of our recording. And it really just kind of declined from there. And it, to being intentional about where you can put your time, we were putting a lot of time into family and traveling. But again, the work has been really heavy. So I would say probably that. And I don't know if the Lego city was where it is today. So Lego has become a really important outlet in everything that I do. And so I've spent a lot of time in the Lego room, and that's been kind of my reprieve from the day-to-day with my position. But this position that I have has been a defining career moment for me. And it was probably my dream role. And I've truly enjoyed it, as challenging as it's been. It's stretched me in so many ways. I've grown in so many ways. And I'm super grateful that I've been given the opportunity to do it. And I think I'm at a place now where it's a little less demanding. I have more time to dedicate to the things that are important to me. So this is something that you and I've really enjoyed and want to continue to grow and build. And so here we are back again doing that. And
you're so humble. Like, to our listeners, Cristie took on a really big role and you turned it around. I mean, you are so impressive. You are a badass in every way. So I know you would not say that, but you really are. What you have done with the company is impressive. So those people not in the mortgage world or don't know, it's a strong leadership for sure. So it's awesome that you did that. And I love that you can tell you care and you take pride in what you have done and what you've created, and you've worked your ass off. That's just the truth.
And I'm fortunate because I have an incredible team that has helped me and leadership above me that has really given me the reins to design and create what it is today. And I'm just grateful. It's been incredible. And I think that the market has taken a little bit of a shift, and I'm hoping that we get to experience less of the challenges that we have over the past couple of years.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I would say the other part that I think has been super fun is having more time with the grandkids, a lot more family time and travel. And Kenny has really been working on our business that we have on the side, and that has been growing. And so that has been exciting to watch and be a part of that. And trying to think what else I've been doing.
Well, okay, you need to announce. Do you want to talk about what you're working on, your project? I think you should talk about that. That's exciting.
So if you go back, I don't remember which episode it was, but we recorded an episode on our childhood. And there was one that was Turn the Mic on, Cristie.
Yeah.
And basically what I'm doing is I'm now in the process of writing a book. And the book is really going to share the journey of all of those childhood experiences that helped design my story today, and all of the things that chapters of the life that kind of transformed me into where I was able to not only be in the position that I am today, but also show up as the mother, the wife, and show up in a way through losing Taylor. And I look back at that story of my life and I feel like, maybe it's more of a legacy for my children to maybe understand who their mother was and who she is today. And at the very minimum that it'll accomplish that, but maybe it will also depend on where it goes after it's all completed and published, if it'll be something that will benefit other women in leadership positions or situations that they are navigating some transformational part of their life. And that's the goal. But I'm in the beginning stages of it right now. I worked with the editorial team, my senior editor and junior editor, this week. So that was exciting. So we're, again, just at the beginning stages of how we're framing the story.
Yeah, that is big time. Like, when Cristie does something, if people haven't already figured it out, she just goes all in on everything. So
I
I
don't know if
love
that's
that.
good or bad or if it's
I think it's good. I mean, you actually went that far instead of just saying, I want to write a book. You always go and investigate what's the best way to go forward. And so I love that. That's awesome.
So I'm excited for us to, hopefully we'll have some episodes that we can share that journey and
Yeah.
talk through that. But
Yeah.
yeah, so I would say just these past couple of years have just been felt like a steaming full speed ahead train
Yeah.
going.
I know we have missed each other. It's been, we were talking about it the last time we met, that we used to get together and record so often and just were so in sync, and just life happens for both of us. We both got busy in different ways, and it's nice to reconnect. And so we're so excited to reconnect with our community and all our listeners. And we're upping our game here. We're actually really going to do better on video. So we're doing our attempt here at video, and we've got a lineup that we have
Right.
been looking at. We got a few guests lined up that we're really excited to bring them in to this beautiful podcast room. So hopefully we even sound better. I know I don't today, but normally,
Again, that
hopefully.
sexy, risky voice
Yeah,
going on.
I don't think Scott thinks it sounds too sexy.
Yeah,
but
I would say some of our topics, we are going to dive into some more leadership topics, how you show up as a leader with different things that are happening in your life. We've got a lot of good topics. We're going to interview a good friend that just did a 6-month sabbatical.
Yep. We're
And
excited about
we
that.
want to know, one, how do you do that?
Yeah.
What does that look like? And what did you have to go through to take 6 months off of work,
Yeah.
life, and just go into yourself?
And she's younger than us, which is really frustrating that she could do that. No, it's really exciting. I can't wait to hear from her. We've got some local business owners and some local people that you all probably know that are going to come and join us. So we're excited about that. But we're just excited to be back together. We should have had a glass of wine to celebrate.
Or a mimosa. What
Or a
time is it?
mimosa,
We're
yeah.
at like 11:30 in the
We're early.
morning.
Yeah. But we're just excited to be back. Pieces of a Woman is a big part of both our hearts, something we've created, and we really want it to grow. So we're just super excited. If you've missed any episodes in the past, we encourage you to go back and listen to them. We are still all about empowering women,
Right.
but also empowering women is bringing in the whole community, which is all the men in our lives as well. And so anyway, we're just excited to continue and re-engage and come back together. And
And a big thank you to all of the listeners that have continued to listen and follow, and those that are
Yeah.
asking us, when are you going to be recording again? So here we are.
yeah, we get that a lot.
And we know we need to re-engage, and we're just
Yeah.
happy to be back.
Yeah. So please stay tuned for more episodes to come. Our goal is to drop 2 episodes a month. And again, like I said, we've got some great guests coming, great topics. If there's anything you want to hear going on in the community or anybody you think we should be interviewing, please reach out to us. We would love to hear from you all.
Thanks for listening.